going to take a little roll for the shoulders. I just want you to use your shoulder up, back, and press it down. Up, back, and press it down. Breathe in and breathe out. And then can you do both at the same time? Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you press down. And then allow your head to drop to the one side and just sort of give in to gravity with your head. Lift and drop down on the other side. Breathe and do the same the other way. Drop down. Let your head go heavy. And again the other side. And coming back over. And then this time, if you can do this and just let your head drop down and around, feeling your neck muscles. Back in reverse. Your chin to your chest. And let's do one more each way. And final one. And then from here, if you can, take your arms up and around to the back, coming up onto your tiptoes and lowering. Breathing in as you lift, breathing out as you lower. And then reversing, so sweeping behind, reaching the fingers and spreading the fingers out, so like you're sending energy through your fingers. And then can we do one up and one down? Whoops, lost the mic. Keep going. Need some upgrade on my Velcro. Yeah. Okay. And then can you switch and do it the other way? And then from here, we're going to take our feet a bit wider. Soften the knees and bring the hands to the chest. In a sort of horse stance, Tai Chi style. So let your tailbone hang down and rotate, look behind, and then do the same the other way. And rotate, look behind, move to the middle. And the other way. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. You go a little bit further now. Adding more of a sweep and down in the middle. Through behind, sweep down. And one more to each side. And then keeping the feet open, we're going to lean and slide the hand down past the knee, reaching the fingers, lengthening that arm. That's it. And let's do that on the other side. So lean, and again, reach your fingers, extend that arm. And as you lean, can you bring your arm back by your ear? Let your head drop sideways. And the other side, so let the head drop down. Bring the arm back by your ear. Can you go a little bit further over now? Opening the side of the body. Breathing in. And breathing out. And I'm going to do one more on each side. Let's bring our feet to hip width, swing the arms up and drop into a squat. Exhaling, sitting down, inhaling and lifting. And we add a rise onto our tiptoes and then drop down. You can either stay with this version, or if you want to test your balance a little bit further, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes, hold, rotate to one side, move to the middle, and then squat down again. So we open the arms, turn, steadying our ankles as best we can, and then dropping into the squat. The last couple. And let's do one more. And we're going to take our feet a bit wider, so we've got some turnout through the toes. We're going to bend into the knee, push the tailbone back. I noticed yesterday one of my trainers was on CBeebies, Bendy Kate, known for her circus performing, has made it to CBeebies, claim to fame, doing a hoop. Let's do one more on each side, but go lower, holding for a little bit longer, and the other way, coming all the way down. Hold, breathe, and then moving your hands to the floor and just taking the feet a little bit wider. So you open the feet, drop the head down, and then from here we're going to bring our feet together and let's do a bit of Friday rolling. And coming up, straightening your back, rolling, and then lifting through the chest, breathing out, breathing in. Now you can either add a hover, the next level, or for more advanced, we're going to keep the chest lifted and extend through our legs. Reaching the toes, exhaling as you tuck your legs, inhaling as you reach. And we do that twice more. And final one. And then from here, placing the feet on the floor, we're going to reach the arms up. And then can you touch your hands down behind? Reaching up and touch and look down behind. Breathe in, look up. Breathe out, coming down. Hovering a single leg as you drop one side and then the other, and then switching the leg. Now, if you've got a really strong and happy, healthy back, you could do it with the two in the air. Then touch them down, and again. Last couple. Alrighty, from there, can you roll onto your front? Just breathe in and breathe out. Are you looking for online classes that support you with getting more me time? You want to get supple, strong, feel less stressed, get in the driving seat, but actually, perhaps you've noticed that following videos on YouTube isn't actually helping you commit. It's not like the teacher reaches out and says, correct your hips, bring your knee back, move your posture back. And this is the problem. So, of course, you can hit subscribe to get more from the Zigs YouTube channel. But let's face it, we're not going to send our children to a school without a teacher or a tutor. I mean, what's their life going to be like if they're going to learn in that way? So my name's Claire Louise Freeman. I'm the business owner of Zigs Exercise, and I like to encourage you to join me and my community online, where we get together via Zoom, and we practice Pilates conditioning, yoga stretches, mobility. And the thing is, we get to actually talk through this stuff. We get to do it together. And to me, consistently doing it together is the thing that gives us much, much better results than if we're left flailing around in front of a video trying to do it all by ourselves. So if you'd like more information about joining me and others, please reach out, get in touch. You can work with us morning, evening, from the comfort of your own home. It's great because you get all the kit together at home, and it does help you to practice in between as well. So I'm offering a complimentary Kickstart call. We can talk through what's getting in the way, why it's not worked so far. And sometimes the hardest bit is actually just picking up the phone and talking it through. So brave pants on. I work with all sorts of people from various walks of life, different shapes and sizes. And often people who do work with me do it because they say that I do it in a very non-judgmental way. Of course, it's free to talk, so you can click the link in the description box below and we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. There's no pressure here. On the call, I'll listen in to what you need support with, what your personal needs are, and I can answer any of your questions about our online Pilates and yoga, where we do it together in community. Why wait? This stuff doesn't get any easier as we get older. We work with lots of busy parents, grandparents, business owners, NHS professionals, private school teachers, regular school teachers. So if that feels like you and you need that support and accountability on getting it done, that's the thing. If we've got the sessions booked in regularly, that means we're much more likely to show up. And it's that regularity that people are often missing. They take time off during holidays. It's the commitment that gets the motivation. So why wait? Book in, give me a call, and I'll see you on the other side. Yeah, great lecture. Let's bring our shoulders down. We're going to point the toes and lift up through the chest as we move to our cobra. And then lowering back down. Squeezing the heels towards each other as we lift up through the chest. And then lower. Allow your hips to weight down into the ground, drawing in with the belly button. Feeling the ground with the hands, spreading out the fingers, pushing the ground away, feeling for that force against the floor. Now, sometimes when we apply pressure down through the heel of the hand, particularly if we've had an injury on one side, maybe around the neck or the shoulder or the limb, and we'll tend to favour one side. Naturally, we'll favour a little bit anyway, being left or right-handed. Notice what the pressures are like through the hands, particularly around the digits, at the base of each digit, around where the digit meets the edge of the palm. Sometimes you can realise if there's a weakness on one side that you'll tend to really sort of lose contact in that area. So just pressing each of those points down at the base of each finger. And last one. So it feels good to mobilize our backs. Let's move now into bringing one foot in front like this. And we're going to leave one knee on the ground. You can park a cushion underneath if you're on a hard floor, if it feels uncomfortable. And we'll go wide like this with our arms. That's it. And then just let your hips sort of drop forwards. But let's let the chest and the rib cage lift up. So we're sort of opening out that front area where can get a little bit stiff around our breathing apparatus. Breathe. Drawing your chin in and lengthening through the crown of your head. And then from here, We're going to bring our opposite hand to the floor and come onto tiptoe on our back leg as we reach up to our top arm. Let's bring this arm up like this over, so your arms are stacked one above the other. Breathing deeply. Let's bring our top hand back down, and from here we're going to move our feet back into either a full plank like this, so we're on our toes rocking forwards and pulling back, or you can do it from your knees like this, toes more advanced. Find your level, pressing your shoulder blades down so that you're conscious of your posture around your shoulder blades. Alrighty, so we're going to pop our knees on the floor and bring our other foot forward. So we'll wriggle that foot forwards, and again, you need a bit of padding under the knee, then park a block or a cushion or something underneath, and we'll go wide with our hands. And can we lift our chest up and lean back? Keep leaning back. Breathe, turning the palms upwards, spreading the fingers, and imagine in your hands you're sort of gathering energy in. Can we bring our opposite hand down here? So that one's placed on the floor as we come up onto our tiptoe, lengthening up through the other arm. Breathe. Pressing our shoulders down. Breathe. Alrighty, and then bringing the hands back to the ground. And again, we're going to do that rocking plank. So we come forwards and backwards, paying attention to our shoulder blades. If you like, you can do it from your knees for first level. Notch it up by doing it from the toes. And then can you meet me here in the downward dog? So we're going to lift the tailbone up into the air. And we're going to flex our toes on one side, press our heel down on the other. Now, if your heels are nearly on the floor, wriggle your feet a little bit further back, and then you've got more space to stretch. Breathe. And let's do it again. Keep lifting the tailbone. Breathe. Let's take a walk with our feet towards our hands. And if you can find your foam roller now, and if you need a drink, now's a good time, particularly if you've not had much water yet this morning. Everyone was having coffees and pastries at the networking meetup this morning. I had a decaf. Helps me sleep. Okay, so I'm going to aim about halfway down the back. Hands here. And I want you to fall into it, noticing is there any stiffness there today? Hang loose over the roll. Coming up, tucking your pelvis under and then allowing your back to arch. You lean back into it. Exhaling and lifting, tucking under, inhaling and lowering. Hanging loose at the bottom, let go of your elbows. And think on this one more of lifting your rib cage rather than your head tilting. So let your head be quite heavy in your hands. Concentrate on the ribs coming up and down. I'm going to wriggle the roller just an inch higher up. Again, moving up through the little facet joints, the upper back. Breathing in as we drop. Exhaling as we lift. And when we're doing this slow and steady movement, mindfully, it helps us to move out of our adrenalized fight or flight system and more into our relax and digest state. Let's do that one more time, using the breath to help bring that state into the body. Alrighty, and then from here, we're going to move up to a seated position. Now, I'd like you to find a strap, a stretchy band that you hook underneath your feet. We're going to work on a seated row today, working through our arms. So if we can park it nice and flatly underneath the feet like this, and then just walk your hands down a bit so you sort of whoosh your band up in your hands. And then coming up to seated. If your back feels happy, you might prefer to do it with a bent knee, or you can push away and have your legs straighter. Now notice where my elbow gets to. Can you see how it goes here behind me? That's it. So that helps to kick the tricep muscles in at the back of the arm. Some people call them bingo wings. So, you know, that bit just at the back of the arm, and try to keep your upper body nice and upright. You're lengthening up through the crown of the head. Inhaling as you pull, exhaling as you release. Keep lifted in your rib cage. And try and be right up onto your sitting bones. Can we do 3 more? The last couple. And final one. Alrighty, and then from there, if you can, undo your band and take your feet out wide. We've got a little bit of bend in the knee, and we're going to sit onto the sit bones and then walk the fingers forwards, lowering the chest down towards the ground. Deep breath. And then walking the hands back in, lengthening up through the spine, and do it again. So we walk forwards, down, breathe, and walk the hands back in. Lengthening up through the back, and coming forwards and down, breathe. Now, can you go a little bit further on this last couple? So, quite wide with the hands. Breathe. And last one. And then from here, we're going to take a walk back in. You can shake a leg, and you will still need your band as you come up to standing. Have a drink. Let's keep ourselves hydrated. Okay. So I'd like you to now hold your band like this. So you've got a little bit of grip on your band, and bring your elbows to your waist. So if you can pull the band like you're trying to pull it apart. I want you to think about your alignment in your wrists. So often when people do bands or start doing weights, they'll drop like this, but I want you to keep a flex there so that your wrist sits flush with your hand and your forearm. You're going to pull and try and maintain that line to help build some stamina in the wrist. And then we're going to hold it for a little bit longer. So pull, 3, 2, 1, and back in. So it should feel like it's a challenge to do that hold. 2, 3. And as you keep doing that pull, when you pull, I want you to sort of squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other as well. Turning the toes out, adding in a plie as you pull. 2, 3, and then release. So take your feet wide enough so that when you bend, your knee sort of sits above your ankle. And see yourself in your screen. Use your image to position yourself well. So we'll come down and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then release. Now see if you can get your hips down just above your knees. 3, 2, 1. So good stamina building for the legs. Push the knees out. We're going to do 2 more. 2, 3, and final 1. Breathe. 2, 3, and let's release and give our leg a shake. Can we get hold of our foot, bringing our knees together and the heel towards the bottom? Squeezing the buttock muscles, pushing the hip bones forwards, feeling the stretch, aiming to get the knees together rather than one knee sitting in front of the other knee. Breathe. And let's shake a leg and give that a go on the other side. Catching hold of the foot, knees squeezed and heel towards the bottom. Wobbling optional, of course. Welcome the wobble. Good training for our balance. Standing on one leg. Ideally, if you can do it every day. Try and brush my teeth standing on one leg. Depends what sort of night I've had though sometimes. Heel towards your bottom. Squeezing from behind. Breathe. Okay, good job. If you can now find a stick, and we're going to use the stick to mobilize our shoulders. So if you can grip your stick and move into the back position and then forwards, breathing in as you go back, breathing out. Can you rise onto your tiptoes? And then more advanced, notice I'm coming up, hovering through one leg, trying to rise up onto the one leg. Seeing if we can get right up onto our tiptoe on that single leg. Really testing our strength in our calf and our stability muscles. Wobbling optional, of course. Last couple. Alrighty, from here we're going to take our feet a little bit wider. Soften the knees. Bring the stick over the head, just narrowing the grip slightly so the hand sits above the elbow. And if you can pull like you're trying to pull the stick apart as you lean the arm down and lift. We want to get into feeling the waistline, a little bit of turn out as well through your toes. I want you to pull in from your core. So draw the belly button in, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles as you lean. Inhaling, exhaling and re-squeezing those muscles. Breathe in, let your belly hang. Breathe out, draw your belly button and pelvic floor in. Last one each way. Allow your head to drop. Final one. Alrighty, let's release. And I'd like you to find your foam roller again. Have another drink if you need one. So now we're going to come down onto our backs. If you can join me down here with the roll here down the middle of the mat. And then just laying on a foam roller can help to do gentle pressure points along the spine, which can help to release some of the fascia, which helps the back relax. And then we're going to take our fingers like this down, so we've got our fingertips just lightly on the ground. We should tuck your tailbone under just a little bit and feel for your core muscles. Drawing the belly button in as you lift a leg and lower, and just noticing how much pressure have you got on your fingers. Can you be quite light? Once you've got that, lifting one leg and then the other and working on staying nice and steady. So maybe use your eyes, look at something still, steady your mental focus by looking at a still point. Breathe. And the next level, notice now moving out into a straighter leg as one knee bends. Still keeping that feeling of activation from the core. Breathing in for 2, breathing out for 2. Last couple. Alrighty, and then from here, if you can roll off to the side and bring yourself down onto your back as you bring your right knee in so it's hugged up, and then bring your foot to the floor, trailing the other arm behind, pressing your knee down, using the hand to press your knee. You can either stay with this version, pressing the shoulder down, or notice now straightening this bent leg and getting the hand just here with the fingers underneath the calf, elongating that leg, reaching through both sets of toes, breathing deeply. And I'm going to bend that leg in and then take that leg up into the air like this. Pointing both sets of toes now. Again, you can either stay with this version or next level. Notice I'm bringing my nose and my knee towards each other with a good old stretch. Breathe. And let's release down. Okay, so let's give that a go on the other side. So bringing the knee up to the chest, across, down, placing the foot on the floor as we trail the other arm behind, pressing the shoulder down, breathe. So again, you can either stay with this version or extending through the leg, bringing the hand underneath and pulling that leg down, reaching through both sets of toes. Breathing into your belly and into your back. Keeping the stretch active by pointing the toes and then softening, relaxing everything back in and extending this leg up towards the ceiling. Again, pointing both sets of toes, keep it an active stretch, and then bringing our nose and our knee towards each other. Let's release ourselves down. From here, can you find a stick? And we're going to move into some Pilates side kicks, working on strengthening the side of our core, great for our lower back stamina. So notice my upper body's at the back end of the mat and my feet are down here at the front. Let's lift the waistline up in the air. Oh, I need ideas on where to buy mistletoe at the end. Note to self, Bertie's asking for it. He's promised me he'll stay in his room all week and won't come out until 6:30 unless emergency, on the promise of some mistletoe this weekend because he wants to kiss mummy under it. Bless him. He put some red lipstick on last night just to show me what he was going to do. So, squeeze your heels. We're going to flex through the feet, your head, your shoulders, your tailbone against the stick. And can we hold now for a few seconds at the top with the waist off the ground and the thighs, and then come back down. So hovering the top leg, good old squeeze for 3, 2, 1. Flexing our feet, coming down, pointing the toes as we lift. Can you get your heels to touch when you're up there? What's this top hip doing? Can you do it without it rolling off and wandering somewhere? Next level, we're going to split the legs. So one comes forward as the other leg comes back. We're keeping our upper body nice and steady. Let's give that another go. Breathe. We do 2 more. Pointing the toes. And final one. Alrighty, resting off, and we're going to give that a go on the other side. So head, shoulders, tailbone against the stick. Can we get that good lift in the waistline as we hover up? Allow your head to be quite heavy on this. Allow the legs to lift. And if you can feel for your knuckles against your lower back, able to elongate and lengthen the lower back, particularly on the lift. Tune into your back positioning. And the legs just in front of the body, drawing in from the core. And we're going to hold for a little bit longer. Can you stay up there for 3, 2, 1. Wobbling optional. More advanced if you want to go for it. We'll go 1 forwards, 1 back. Keeping that good old lift in the waist and drawing the belly button muscle in from the front. I often find with these, there's one side that feels stronger than the other, and kind of use that as the guide of what needs focusing on building up. Last couple. Breathe. And final one. Alrighty, resting off. So from here, can we come up to seated? Now you can use a cushion or a block or something just to tilt your pelvis into the right sort of angle as you come into a seated posture. Try to be right up onto your sitting bones, not sort of tilted under in the pelvis. You want to aim kind of more back that way. So we're going to point the toes and try and keep your body upright as you turn and then flex and reach your opposite hand towards your foot. If you don't quite get there, get hold of your ankle or your calf or your shin. And then if you are there, just pulling on the toes a bit as you drop down. So we'll point the toes, lift up through the chest, and then turn, coming down, down, down. inhaling and lifting, turning, exhaling and lowering down, down, down. Now, can you go a little bit further on your last 4? So, final one. And then let's use our foam roller again. If you give your legs a shake out, good to stretch. Find your foam roller, and we're going to do a little bit of glute foam rolling. Always feels good to have a dig around in the glutes, see what's going on in there. Still one of our sports massage therapists. Amazing with glute technique. Great for icky hips and lower back. So if you can bring your right leg over, and we're going to rock over the buttock on that side. So if you lean over to that side with your hand at the side of your roll rather than behind it, and have a little bit of a dig around. Where are the knotty spots? What's going on in there? Once you've found a bit of a knotty spot, then circling. When we massage, it helps us to decontract the muscle. Help it go from its contracted state into its more relaxed state. Helps us to switch more into our parasympathetic nervous system, more of that relax and digest mode. And then from here, let's give that a go on the other side. And if it's particularly tight today, you can always spend a bit of extra time after the session or over the weekend just doing a bit more. Exploring initially, feeling what's happening around there. And again, if you come across a knottier, sort of tighter spot, just digging in. Stripping the muscle with the pressure of the roll. Noticing how that's feeling. Alrighty, and then from here, if you can pop your roll about halfway down your back, hands here. Notice I've lifted the buns in the air. And we're going to roll up and down the back. Head be quite heavy, but then this time we're going to rotate like this. So you're sort of going over the muscles more on one shoulder. For me, I'm working on the muscles from around the neck and shoulder initially, and then sort of stripping down between the shoulder blade and the spine. Noticing, does it feel crunchy, stiff, tight, good, happy place? Alrighty, let's give that a go over on the other side. So rotating over the other way. And again, just having a little dig around. How does this side feel? Feel stiff, crunchy, tight, that make funny noises. And mine certainly don't on this side. Musical joints. Alrighty. So from here, we're going to up, and we're going to use the edges of our mat to align our feet in sort of parallel mini train tracks. So you've got one foot at the left outer side and the right on the other side of the mat. And then if you park your hands just here, so you've got a little bit of pressure on your mid-thigh, flattening your back. Breathe. Opening through your chest. Breathe. And then sliding your hands closer to your ankle and bringing your nose towards your knee. Breathe. And allow that knee to soften as you come back up and switch. So we've got the other foot at the front and bring the other one to the back. So leaning into it. Now often this hip over here will wander off that way. So try and bring it forward more. And you flatten your back, use your screen to help with your posture alignment, opening your chest, applying that little bit of pressure on the mid-thigh, feeling the stretch as we come down lower. Nose towards the knee. Breathe. Alrighty, resting off and coming down to our back, placing our hands on top of our belly. And relaxing down into the mat, allow your muscles to let go. Turn our knees out like this so the soles of our feet are together, and just really give in to gravity with your knees. Feeling the breath underneath the hands. Allow your jaw muscles to relax. Notice if you're holding on to any little tensions around the muscles in the face, softening the eye muscles, relaxing down around the jaw and the tongue and the mouth. Relaxing into the neck. Let your tongue relax down inside your mouth to help relax into the throat. Attention down into your belly. And let the legs straighten out, so they just sort of flop and hang loose on the ground. Floppy feet, floppy toes. Bring your attention into your belly. A 4, 5, 6 breath. So I'd like you to breathe in for 4. Hold your breathing for 5. Exhale for 6. In for 4. Hold for 5. Exhale for 6. In for 4, hold, breathe out, in, hold, exhale. Keep blowing out until you can't blow out anymore air. Let the breathing settle back to its natural rhythm. Allowing your mind to settle inside your belly. Noticing where you feel the most comfort and space inside your belly. Imagine your belly has a big smile in it. Allow your belly to smile. Allow the smile to spread across your face. I'd like you to look back through your week and remind yourself of something that's made you smile. Something that's brought a little grin to your face. Maybe a big grin. When you're ready, I'd like you to bring some of that smiley energy into your day today. Open your eyes. We're going to bend our legs. And if you can roll over to your side. Alrighty, I hope that's made a difference to your Friday. So